Well, welcome everybody to Ignite Humanity Live. I'm your host, JB Owen, and I'm so delighted to be here because we are talking about ways that you at home get to ignite humanity. That's right. Each and every one of us has a responsibility to ignite our lives so that we can ignite humanity. And yes, it is a big responsibility, but each and every one of us have the ability to do that. And that's why we're here. We're talking about how you at home can get up off the couch and make a big difference and do something that is actually igniting your life, and that will ignite the lives of others. And we're here every day, Monday to Friday, so that you can find ways that you can do something in your life that gives a great impact, inspiration, determination, dedication, and perseverance to other people in your lives. And we're doing that through Ignite Moments. Now, Ignite Moments are those powerful moments in our lives that change us on a fundamental level, and they push us towards what it is we're meant to do. And our guests on the show are talking about the things that they have done, including the Ignite moments that they have gone through and what has inspired them and impacted them to move the needle forward in their lives so that they can help others. Now, everything that we do has that triple effect. And the reason we do it is so that in our business and in our initiatives and the missions that we have, we're pulling people forward along with us so that we can make a greater impact for everyone. Now, I want to share with you that we come here to you every Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. You can watch all of our episodes at ignitehumanity.life/watch and go check out all of our past guests or watch this episode again because I guarantee it's going to be great. Now, if you're looking for ways that you can ignite your life, check out our website, ignitehumanity.life, where we're talking about our documentary, our docu-series, the things that we are doing, and how we are growing, igniting literacy. That's the word, igniting literacy in kids around the globe, because we have a special initiative right now called the Bouquet of Hope. That's right. We're building schools, and it takes bricks to build schools, and each and every school, that brick needs 35 bricks, and that brick costs $1. And so we've started an initiative for Valentine's Day, but it's going through the entire month of February, where you can purchase 12 bricks for $12, and that will help build the walls in our school. And what we'll do is we will send a bouquet of hope to somebody that you love, letting them know that you bought a brick of hope for them, a bouquet of hope, and that's going to create an incredible ripple effect of igniting others. Well, we want you to have some fun on the show, so sit back, grab your notebook, relax, get out your phone, start taking some notes, because we have an incredible guest for you today. David Waddell is the CEO of Q Streaming. It's going to revolutionize the industry, and it's going to make a big impact and ignite you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here with you today.
Yeah, happy to have you, and we love what you're doing. Now, I got to start out by asking Q Streaming. What does Q stand for?
Well, communication unites everyone. It's been a passion of my life. I'm an educator through my education. Started out as a music teacher, and so the creative side of me has been driven by the passion for Q, which is just communicating with people, not only here locally, but around the world.
Well, I love that you didn't pick like a weird name that sort of represented a vegetable or your pet's name. You went with communication ignites everyone. And that's really true. We're talking about igniting humanity. Communication does unite everyone. How do you feel that you're going to make a difference in the communication industry?
Well, if you go back to the music side, when you take a cue, that means to take action. So when you cue something, you're going to take action about it. And since I've learned about your passion and the whole Ignite movement, I've wanted to become a part of that in some way, shape, or form. So we are in the process of revolutionizing the entire world of communication, and we're starting in the entertainment business with changing the way people watch television. We have a streaming service that's over the internet that's available worldwide today, and you can see all sorts of different television programming, including entertainment, sports, movies, and we're adding educational programs to that to bring education to the world as well.
And so there's a power behind this word unite. I love to say unite and ignite.
Yes.
And so tell me a little bit about what it means to unite people.
Well, bringing people together. As I've had the opportunity to meet people around the world and meet people here in the United States, the common thread is we're all the same.
It's true.
There's no difference in people, no matter where they come from, the different cultures. And so finding ways to get united. We live in the United States. I live in the United States. So it's all about trying to bring people together and unify them in different aspects of their lives and giving them hope of what they can do, not what can't happen, but what you can do in your life.
And we need to do that. I mean, one of the principles of igniting humanity, we have 7 principles, and one of them is unite all people. And the word all is in capitals because all of us absolutely can be united. It doesn't really matter what country you come from, what language you speak. And with Q streaming and the way communications is nowadays, we can communicate on a way that we've never been able to before.
Absolutely. And I'm a history buff, and I love to study different things of history. And in World War II, when the United States, used the atom bomb, and the reality is, before we sent the second one, Japan had already sent a communication to the United States and said, we're done.
Wow.
They didn't get that in time, and the second bomb went off. So ever since then, that's fortunately the very last time that kind of weaponry has been used. But it's always a threat. So by uniting people, by opening communications from nation to nation, we have the hope of having peace and having the ability to communicate. And with our technology today, it doesn't matter that I can't speak Mandarin or I can't speak French or German. There are software companies that have developed translation software to where we can actually communicate day to day with people on various communication platforms.
And it's fantastic because a lot of us are resisting technology because we feel like it's pulling us apart. But I love what you just shared, and I didn't know that about that communication stream. Was that kind of an ignite moment for you? Like when you realized that, something horrific happened because communication was delayed?
Absolutely. As I studied history and also studying music, there are several points in history where music has brought people together. You can play music from Russian composers or from composers from all over the world. And when you have musicians reading an international language of music, notes on a page, all of those things bring people together. And so I use my music background as the purpose to help bring other people together. So it's through music, through communication systems, and at this point through Q streaming, we're reaching out to the world to bring people together.
It's a great analogy because music and notes actually is a universal language, that it doesn't matter what you speak, but you can read something that speaks to all of us, or we can all communicate with. So it's a really great analogy. And now that inspired you to create a massive communication company that's really designed, and the reason you're here is because you want to ignite humanity. You want to make a big difference.
Absolutely. And with my background in education, my dad was a school superintendent. Many people in my family have all been about education. And when you look at traditional education, I've been a maverick in the world of education and have ruffled feathers along the way. I don't know if you have had that in your life.
In a good way, right?
Absolutely, in a good way.
Yeah.
And, I can say in 9 years of teaching, I was Teacher of the Year 2 different times in that 9 years of teaching. So education has been a passion to me and has led to several ignite moments in my life. And I absolutely, since I met you and met your movement, I call it a movement, the whole world of impact has really driven me to do other things within our communication system to help expand this into other countries as well.
And let's talk about that, because a lot of people are really stuck on the tit for tat, the dollar for dollar, the I give you, you give me equal amounts back. And it's a really archaic system in many ways, because impact, how you impact somebody, is really unmeasurable. And one of the things you're doing, obviously, with communication is making an impact, and that impact is infinite.
Absolutely. What our words once spoken can't be taken back. Our communication once given can't be taken back. You can apologize, you can try to change things, but what we have the ability to do is truly impact other people's lives through positive actions, through positive ways of communication. And we don't have to be stuck in a traditional way just because that's the way we've always done it. And, while I've been here in Los Angeles, I've met with different movie producers and TV show producers that they are so stuck in an old way of doing things where I give you money for you to give me content. And I would hate to insult any of these people by giving them a value of what I think they're worth.
Right, when it's infinite, when we don't really know. Like one person just has to see one show, read one book, see one person on a stage. I mean, these are examples, but when it comes to TV, many of us have been deeply impacted by the things we watched when we were growing up. My sister even the other day was telling me she grew up watching Bewitched, and she just thought everything was would just appear in your life and everything was possible because that was what she was conditioned to watch on TV. And this is a big topic because a lot of times television isn't streaming in the direction of positivity.
Correct. And that's what we plan to change. It's not a matter of if changing. We are in the process of changing that world of communication by bringing streaming services on a worldwide basis with various typical content that you see on other cable or satellite TV stations or other streaming services, but we're able to bring together content from all over the world on one streaming platform with one username, one password. It just makes it very simple to be able to communicate, and it will come to you in the language of your choice.
Phenomenal. I know people are already like, what? They're amazing. But let's go a little bit more personal because You're doing big things. You're igniting humanity. We're working together. We're really wanting to make a big difference. But what's the story behind David? What was the thing that made you, push you in this direction?
Through my business career, when I left teaching and I have been a serial entrepreneur and I've built companies and sold companies, and the financial side, it's been a roller coaster. It's been great. It's been horrible. And so when you take the focus off the financial side and you put your focus on doing what's right for other people, when you learn to give in a way that you're not looking to get back immediately, there's a way that today things are happening far above what my expectations were from the beginning. And the team of people that have come together to help me build the Q streaming platform is amazing, phenomenal group of people. My board of directors, how I met you in the first place was through one of my board of directors and his contacts that brought us together. So the network of people working on positive aspects of their life has always been a passion of mine. When I taught music, I didn't teach you just how to play a song. I broke it down to teach the actual notes, the actual rhythms, so that you could carry that with you the rest of your life. If you learn to play a song, you have a song that you can share with people the rest of your life, but it's a song. When you learn how to read and play music as it's written in front of you, that's something that you can take for a lifetime. Likewise, in the communications world, I've looked at what is and looked and focused on what could be. And I've put the group of people together as the Q band, the Q band side.
And we're matching.
We're putting the band together.
Right.
And, so all these different movies that I've watched and, the Blues Brothers, we're putting the band together again.
I love it.
So, but just like when I was teaching, I couldn't sit and play flute or clarinet or saxophone or drums as well as my kids could. My job was to stand up front, wave my arms, and get people to work together. Likewise, in business, I've been able to do the same thing by attracting network engineers who have extreme intelligence, but their social skills lack. And so you find the best of everybody and put it together into one group. And I've been able to accomplish that so far. And it's just amazing what's happening.
Rocket fuel. It's on its way. So let's share a little bit with the viewers at home. And you said two things. First of all, it's Idea Day, folks. Today, the theme is ideas. So you gave one idea where you said give without expecting the exact same amount in return. And so let's talk about that theory a little bit. There is ways that we can all give. And let's talk to our viewers at home that giving, that sense, that belief about giving and not expecting exactly the same amount in return, that's going to ignite humanity. Talk a little bit about that.
Oh, absolutely. So when you see something that you really form a passion about, by sharing that with others, you can impact your world around you. You know people that I don't know, and you can impact people that I may never meet in my life. So as individuals, we have the ability to impact the people, whether it's our family, whether it's our neighbors, whether it's people we work with. We all have our own network of people that we can attract and share something positive. And so our whole business model with Q Streaming, we don't plan on advertising on traditional advertisements. It's all happening through word of mouth by sharing what's going on and by bringing in good, positive, quality entertainment. Like-minded people.
Yeah.
It unites all of us into a way that we can impact others' lives through our passions.
And we're going to use your model and share it to the people at home, because you can create a network at home.
Yes.
You can create a network in your office. You can create a network in your family where you align yourself with people who are moving the trajectory of the project forward. So if you're a family and you're like, okay, family, we want to go to Disneyland. We all need to get on board to save money, to, work towards, to make a plan, to get a strategy. And when you network, you actually, as a hive, create a lot of impact, and you're really doing that. Talk about how when we network within our own closest family and uplift them, now the whole entire hive improves.
Well, even beyond our family, with our communities, one of the things as a band director, I spent 80% of my time doing fundraising, selling cheese and sausage, selling popcorn, doing car washes, anything that we could do to raise money to support our function. We had to buy band uniforms. We had to buy music. We had a lot of expenses that we weren't getting from the school corporations anymore, and because they're cutting funding of the fine arts. So I came up with a creative way that we can impact our communities. And what Q Streaming does is we give back to the communities. We have independent sales agents who go out and work with schools, with churches, with communities. And when they share Q Streaming, we give back to the community by giving 10% of our revenue, not 10% of the profit. 10% of our revenue is going back to impact that school or that church or that community or that organization. So we want to give back. And through that model, our attorneys, we've actually filed for a patent on that style of marketing, because nobody else, there's no cable company, there's no satellite company, no other streaming company is giving back the way we're doing it.
And so that's principle number 7 in the Ignite Humanity principles. Give first and offer all you can. And so talk about the give first model, because a lot of us are sitting back saying, well, when they do it, when they show up, when they give, and that's not going to get us anywhere. So the give first model, which you're doing, share how that is making an impact.
Well, one of the things that it does as we give back to, I'll just use an example. We have a church in Indiana that is raising $15 million to build an athletic facility for special education students. It's not for healthy kids. These are kids who have some type of disability, because there's no place that they can go to get physical activities that's designed for their disabilities. So as we share our opportunity with this church, They are raising the money, the $15 million, to build the first facility. And then the response is working so well that now they're planning a second and a third and a fourth. And it's a model that can be duplicated across the country and, could be across the world as well.
Mm-hmm. And so people at home, you can align yourself. I mean, one of the ways that you can ignite humanity is align yourself with an initiative that's doing something exceptional and helping kids who have disabilities. That's pretty exceptional.
And we have people from all over the country. We have an affiliate program to where you can get involved with us. And if you have a special project or a special group that you want to find financial support, contact us and we will help you impact your community. There is so much talent sitting out there, and a lot of them don't know what to do next or what to do with their gifts that they have. Mm-hmm. And that's something that we have a team of people like yourself that when you see people looking for direction, this whole program is designed for that right there. And so we see a great synergy between what you're doing, what we're doing, and how we can work together to impact not only our communities, not only our states, our countries, but literally change the world.
We can. And I want to say a little bit about the word help, because a lot of people don't want help. Mm-hmm. But for me, I've really assigned helpful to help. And you're doing that. By helping people, you're becoming helpful. You're not making them helpless.
Right.
And I think that's really the model of where we're going with humanity. We're not disempowering people by just giving things. We're actually being helpful by teaching them, by educating them, by giving them the tools that they need to do something in their own community.
Well, and again, I keep going back to as a band director, because when you're playing music, it's not important just to have the first chair trumpet player play their part. I need the last chair trumpet player, last chair clarinet, last chair flute to play their part perfectly as well. So the way we designed our band program is the leaders within the section worked with the weakest members to bring everybody up to the same level. Because when you're listening to music and you hear somebody hit a wrong note, forget about the 9,999 right notes.
That you made.
You remember the one bad note. And so I've been very blessed throughout my life to be surrounded by some of the best educators that have helped me think outside the box of education, think outside the box of music. And so the same analogy in life, you help some of the weakest members of our society find that thing in their life. Mm-hmm. Like, what's the Billy Crystal movie about finding the one thing, mm-hmm, right? Mm-hmm. That one thing in their life that they're passionate about. Don't take on my passion. What are you passionate about? What can you do with your life? What talents and gifts do you have that can change the world around you? And it doesn't have to be complicated. The simplest things.
Right.
Helping somebody carry groceries.
Beautiful analogy, the music analogy I love. We just have a tiny bit of time left, but I'm going to throw out a big question. What makes David tick?
Helping others. Finding that piece of them that makes them excited about life. When you can see somebody else's eyes light up, and when you can see them have hope for tomorrow, that is my passion, to see others get that help. I've been through a lot of things in my own life. There's a song that God gave me back in 2002 when all my life was hopeless at the time. And the verse of the chorus of the song says, "You may not know how, you may not know when, but he'll do it again." Ooh. And so finding that moment, that passion of your life and what you can do with your life, you'll just find that happiness inside. And when you find that happiness, life is so easy.
Right. And it's the blossom effect.
Yes.
I mean, you blossom, the people around you blossom, the hive excels, there's great productivity. I mean, it's a really, really beautiful analogy.
The team of people that have come together to help me they've seen my vision, they've seen my business model and my business plan. And my biggest job, I always quote Steve Jobs on this, I don't bring people in to tell them how to do their job. They come and join me and tell me how they're going to help make the business grow. And when you see other people capture your vision and understand the direction that the company wants to go, they get to play a big part of it. And the last thing I want to do is dictate to them how they're going to do it. I've got an amazing creative team around me, great, amazing people. That the single thing that we're all passionate about is what can we do to impact the world. And it's such a pleasure to get to meet you in person. We've talked on the phone, we've talked, in Zoom calls before. And it's just a pleasure to get to meet you in person and share this part of my life with you.
I agree. We're going to do big things.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Well, folks, you've heard it. I mean, there's lots of ways that you can communicate. You can reach out. You can collectively move the needle forward in your life by being a part of the hive, that network, surrounding yourself with people that are going to support you. And then be really intentional with your communication. How do you connect with others? How do you speak to your kids? How do you speak to your spouse? More importantly, how do you speak to yourself? Because every single thing that we're doing right now on the planet starts with each and every one of us. We can't be the largest communication company in the world. We can't ignite humanity. We can't change the way people think if we don't start one person at a time. And that's what this show is all about, starting with you, igniting you, and getting you enthusiastic about the things that you can do in your communication, in your inspiration, in the people that you surround yourself with, and really make a difference. Well, we're so glad that you were here to watch this episode. And if you missed any little bit or you want to see it again, please go to ignitehumanity.life/watch and you can see this episode again and all the episodes that we are doing here in LA and at the studio back home, and check out what our guests are talking about in ways that you can ignite humanity. Of course, if you've got a special story and you're igniting humanity, we want to hear it. So go to ignitehumanity.life/share and fill out our form so you can tell us what you're up to and what you're doing and how your business is making an impact. And if you don't have a business, you can just be a single individual making a difference and helping people out. And that's going to create this ripple effect. And we want to hear from you. And then you might have someone you know that's a little bit shy. Fill out the form for them and we'll reach out to them, because we want to showcase people who are igniting humanity. And as you can see, our guests are fabulous and wonderful. But you heard from David back when he was a music teacher. He just started one note at a time, working towards his goal, surrounding himself with great people and doing the things that now he can make a big impact, uniting and igniting people through communication. So if you have a dream, go after your dream, believe in your dream, know that your dream is there for you. And it doesn't matter where you start, it's where you're headed that's going to get you there. All right, well, it's so exciting to have you here. Of course, today is Idea Day, so I hope you got lots of cool ideas on how you can ignite humanity, how you can go out there and make a difference. And if you need one more idea for Valentine's Day, please join us for Ignite Humanity's Bouquet of Hope. Go to ignitehumanity.life/hope. And for $12, you can buy 12 bricks. It's going to make a big impact in our schools as we ignite literacy. You can get a bouquet of hope for anyone you know, multiple people you know, and we will send them a virtual bouquet for them to enjoy on this fabulous February. All right, I'm Lady JB. Happy to be here. We will see you tomorrow.
Now, more than ever, we need to come together to connect with one another. We need to feel the truth in who we are and let go of everything that's happened in the past. We need to empower every person on the planet and awaken hearts, enliven souls, come together, laugh, play, rejoice, connect, create, and love. It's time to ignite humanity. We want you to be a part of something that will impact the future for everyone. We want you to tell your story, share your Ignite moment, show people who you truly are. Be a part of igniting humanity and making a difference in the world and all of our futures.